All right. Oh, you want to do all times?
Yeah.
All right, let's do all times. All right, I think I'm gonna rock with. I think I want to play with AI, so I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go here and see how they are.
All right.
All right, let's do it. But you had mentioned too. I know we had talked about this off of everything, but like you grew up playing quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you played quarterback. College. What first true freshman to start a quarterback in Indiana. Threw like
Yep.
30 touchdowns at ISU your junior year, led them to the championship. So I know a lot of guys talk about like position switches. You know what I mean? And they're cool with it. But for you, was it an easier switch? Not really taking a hit to to your pride or anything.
Well, I mean, I didn't. I like the change. I didn't want to play quarterback in the professional football because it's too much. I'd rather just be. I don't want to say not happy. It's just I wasn't a natural quarterback, a natural thrower of the ball, so I had to work a little bit harder to work on that type of stuff. And then
Gotcha.
I mean, the organization just all on your back and just. I wanted to just play football. This is a career that I want to do. So I mean, I just wanted to just be able to just go out and just play.
Yeah, no. The reason I had brought that up is not because I just thought that sometimes they with position switches. I know sometimes that could come off a certain way, but it seems like that was
Yeah,
something
yeah,
you kind of embraced it. You know what I mean? And that's neat to see.
yeah. I look forward to it. My grandfather, he had played. He's a Hall of Fame defensive back in the CFL. Uh, the only thing is, he was just a little bit shorter. I mean, he probably would have had an opportunity to go back too, but he was just a little shorter. He was a Hall of Famer, so I mean, the transition was not hard. I mean, he had taught me some stuff, told me some different things, and I just had the natural athletic ability to go out and do it. And I mean, this the intelligence. So I mean, it all just came full circle, really. The quarterback really helped me out because I was able to learn what offenses can do. I could see what an actual quarterback can see, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it just makes it easier. So like for instance in Calgary, like I was real vocal in our defensive room because uh, I knew what the quarterback was looking at, and I would tell a guy like, all right, what he sees on this film, he can't really see. He can't see all of that. He can see just as much as you can see out of your eyes.
Right.
Guys think that they can see everything, but you can't. You can't really see everything. It's impossible. You know what I mean? You're just seeing glimpses of guys. So just different things like that, and then what he's reading and stuff like that. So like I know when you're trying to isolate me 1-on-1 backside. I know what routes I could possibly get based on splits and stuff like that. I know where you know a lot of teams aren't real tricky, so they got to teach God. They got to teach their players offense. They got to teach them. I mean, we're not the most intelligent people in the whole entire world. You know what I mean? Or I mean, we're smart, but we're more athletically smart. So you got to
Right.
find
Right.
ways to teach people in ways that they all will understand how to do their job. You know what I mean? So like I know that.
No, I think it's neat because, like you said, you're able to pass that on to, your fellow teammates in the CFL, and I'm sure even any scenarios that come up here and with the Bears or whatever the case may be, and because you see the game from different perspectives as well because of your being able to play those multiple positions. So
Right. And I could
yeah,
see a lot more too. So like in zone coverages, I could see a bigger, broader picture because I'm used to playing quarterback, being able to see a broader picture based on not growing up playing DB and looking at one guy or just trying to watch other guys. With my peripheral, I can see multiple things. So it helps me in zone.
and just for everybody that's when they check this out, they're probably like, what's going on? But we're in the middle of the game right now, so people are like, Derek, why are you not looking at the screen at Trey? But we're we're in the middle of this intense game right now too. So, yeah, and this is where it tests your multitasking abilities. So
Exactly.
yeah, what do you think about The Last Dance? You've been watching that?
Man.
Yeah, that's
Heck
something
yeah, I've been
else.
watching
Oh
it.
man,
It's awesome.
killing me
It's
with Jordan,
it's
man. Killing me with Jordan.
that's why I had to bring him out. I
Yeah,
created a guy that's just like Jordan. My player I just created, he's just like Jordan. But
really? Okay.
I mean, it's awesome just to see how hard he worked and just the type of player he was. Like, I mean, he was him every day. He was him. He wasn't going to
Right.
change for nobody. He was going to be him. And if you didn't come to his level, then I mean, you ain't going to be here. And
Right.
I mean, he expected greatness out of himself. He expected to win. Like, that's the type of person I am. I expect to win everything. I don't care what it is. I want to win it. I want to be the best at it.
Yeah, I love that because, and I think even I noticed that just watching these, because myself personally, like I was born in '94, but by the time I really started watching the game, it was more of the, Allen Iverson,
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. Like, you come up on those guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you kind of see that. So of course, like, I remember my dad gave me, like, you have those Bulls championship DVDs and you see the, all the championships and, all 6 of them, but it was just like, even to really see it from behind the scenes as you get older, you know what I mean? It's neat to see a documentary like that come to life,
Right.
Yeah.
And watching his highlights and stuff. I mean, because we like you said, I was born in '92, so I didn't really get
Okay.
to see a lot of it either. But just to see how, like, early on in his career when he first got there, like, he was just way more athletic and way more explosive than everyone. Like, he was literally running around in circles with everyone, Larry Bird and all those guys. Like,
Right.
freaking so explosive.
Indeed. Yeah. Right.
Like,
And I think the next episodes will probably mean more to you, because I think that's where we get into Reggie, we get into the Pacers, we get into the finale tomorrow. So
yeah, that's what he sees. They said the Pacers was the toughest team, but Reggie was nice though. I used to love
he
watching
could get buckets. He could get buckets. Yeah.
He definitely got buckets.
So you got the ball moving on point. You're finding all the shooters. Oh man.
Yeah, I play this a lot. So like, I literally play this all day when I'm not working out. Like, this is like my Netflix. People be watching Netflix and got their series and stuff like that. This is what I do. I play 2K.
Okay.
I try to be the best one in everything I can. Like, I just started playing in the rec maybe like last year with my friends, and I wasn't the best one. I wasn't the best, so like that really motivated me to. And then I it turned into addiction. So like, I'm addicted to playing this game.
Okay. No, man, it's cool. I remember, like, even for myself, like I said, on the Xbox, that was something I always enjoyed. Like, just growing up was just playing the 2Ks to my players and stuff. And I'm embarrassed to say I kind of shied away from it a little bit as I got older. But man, and I think it shows right now. But yeah, no.
And it's my off season too. So like, off season,
Right.
like, other, like, you probably work all year round and stuff like that. Like, all season, like, I don't have nothing to do. I literally don't. If I don't want to wake up in the morning and do nothing tomorrow, of course I got the kids and stuff. But
Right.
if I didn't have any kids, if I don't want to wake up in the morning and do nothing tomorrow, I don't have to. You know what I
Right.
mean? On a Monday or something like that, because I'm in off season. I don't have nothing to do. So that's another reason why, like, I done picked this up as like that's something, as a hobby. It's something that I like to do.
Man, I'm almost embarrassed to even show this on as part of the segment, man. This is tough.
No, you can't judge. I play this a lot, so.
For the record known, even Trey admits he plays this a lot, man. Within his means, of course, and it's well deserved. You need a little break to escape from the grind of a season in training, so it's good. Oh man, how did I go in, man?
And like, people be shocked, like, because this game, there's really a lot more that goes into it.
Right.
Like, there's a lot more, like, you got to be a little bit more patient. You got to, like, the shot timing, everything like that. There's a move that you got to use to get open. Like, there's a lot that goes into this game. It's so technical, and it's especially playing online, because like, online they try to cap you at so many things that you can do. So like, they don't want everyone in there scoring 40 points a game, because then that would make the game not fun. And then people won't be doing the microtransactions and buying different things in the game and stuff like that. So they try to cap it. So like, you'll have a sharpshooter that'll go in there. He'll shoot 16 for 16 the game before, and the next game can't buy a bucket. Be one. If you're not taking the right shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this game.
No, because I was gonna say, man, I feel like over the years they've definitely made it a little bit more challenging to shoot. Like, even just to get it on green, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to get buckets. Like, I feel like back in the day it was a little easier. You know what I mean? A little bit, like, yeah, it was a little different. Yeah.
Especially last year, it was easier to score on it compared to this year. I try to hit Ronnie 2K up and tell him to give me some badges, so I'm not grinding for every single one of them.
Oh, you reached out to Ronnie 2K? You're like,
he didn't respond.
Oh man.
Some of my teams got their badges verified. I tried. No luck.
Oh man, we need Ronnie to show some love to you, man. We need him to plug you up with some of those.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we'll tag him in this. We'll have to tell him and to holler at you.
Yeah, tell him.
Slide back into your DMs for that.
Yeah, tell him to hook me up with the legend badge so I can get on all.
But my sisters actually went to ISU, man. So, and I had some friends that went there. Yeah, so I actually, I had one buddy. I think he might have been there the year you led them to the championship game against North Dakota State and them. So yeah, he was saying he was like, man, Tre's awesome. So it was cool that it's like a small world.
Yeah.
Man, but that must have been. I mean, that's got to be a cool. It seems like a pretty cool atmosphere, and like a kind of like a cool college town vibe over there. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure it's different than Indiana, but like because I'm sure Indiana was massive, like Bloomington and all that. But
now Illinois State it was good too. But yeah, like you said, Indiana is just a different type of just so many people. School so big, so many things to do. Like, yeah, Indiana is totally a different ball game.
Because it's Bloomington's Indiana also, right?
Yep.
And then Bloomington normal was Illinois State, right? So it was like kind of like
yeah.
Did you ever? And I don't mean to put you on blast with this, but I was gonna bring this up to you. I remember I went to visit my buddy once, and I went to like this thing. It was like Pub Wednesday or something like that, and they had like the picture, pub or something like that, and they had like the
you got a whole picture,
cheese balls, it was like pictures and, like, cheese curds and like I was like, oh, this is all $5. I was like, what is happening?
yeah. Pub Wednesdays, heck yeah. That's because the pub was literally like right down the street from my house, literally.
Oh, okay.
It was not far at all. I like lived in the middle, kind of like, so my apartment was literally like 10 steps down from the football stadium, and it was like literally right around the corner from the pub. So like all the parties and everything was literally right by my house.
It was right there. Okay, so you were in the spot, man. You just walk there, do what you had to do. You were good.
Yeah, exactly. So I was an older guy when I had went to Illinois State. I was like the older guy on the team. So like, and I had like an open door policy, I guess.
Okay.
Like I was just come in my house, and then these guys are just there eating, just chilling, playing the game. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I'm in class and literally just walk home, and then there are people in my house. Like, what are you doing every day?
Hey, that's unique though, because that speaks volumes to you as your personality and being like the leader. They just felt so natural, just coming and hanging out, man. That's awesome.
And just eating my food, like it's their house. Cause I had to live by myself. I had a 2-bedroom and I lived by my house, and I guess that just gave everyone just open policy, like, hey, ain't nobody over there. Let's just go over his house. So then you got people just over my house, just sleeping in my house.
Just coming through and chilling.
Yeah, just coming through and chilling.
It's like one of those things, like when they drive the car and they don't fill up the gas tank. I'm sure it was the same thing with the food, right? They just eat the food and they're not bringing. Yeah.
No, I had a friend that was always at my house, and then I'll wake up in the morning, like on a freaking Sunday morning. I'll wake up in the morning and all I hear is my car. I had a Charger, a 2008 Dodge Charger.
Okay.
And, it was loud, so you can hear it coming. And all you would hear is Sunday morning going past my window is my car. And I'll be like, what the heck? And his buddy be gone, going to go drop someone off or going to go pick something up or something like that. Like, crazy.
Man, with the block right here, man. Oh, man. No, but that's really funny though, man. But it's cool that you had that, those relationships and those bonds. And I'm sure to an extent you miss it, maybe, I'm sure a little bit, obviously, but obviously growing up, you got the family, of course, so it's a little different, but those are some cool memories and moments for you to have too, in college and at that point in your career,
Yeah. One day my son's going to be able to experience college.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's gonna be that, and his dad's a professional athlete, man. You got it. That's gonna be pretty cool too.
Yeah. I got to keep him grounded. Got to try to keep him grounded. He's spoiled. Both of them are spoiled. Him and my daughter just spoiled. They wake up just like me playing video games. He has a Switch, and he
Okay.
plays the Game Boy, and he plays the Game Boy all day, or he'll get on the laptop. 2 years old, get on the laptop, he's on the laptop, watch movies. Like, he's real active. But he likes sports too, so he goes to work out with me. When I go work out and run in the park, he's right there with me, running and working out with me too. He loves doing
really
the
cool.
loves weights. Like, man, he's gonna be a freak.
But are you trying to sway him towards football specifically, or you think he'll just kind of try all the sports out and go from there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe basketball.
I want him to play basketball.
Okay.
I'd rather take all the heavy
Gotcha.
lifting, the heavy hitting of the sport that I play. I'd rather him, play a little basketball and focus on education too.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask you, do you think it kind of gave you a different perspective too? Because, you do hear about the stories, of course, with, God forbid, but like the CTs and the concussions and all the head trauma and all that. Did that kind of, because your point, you kind of said, hey, I'd rather take those hits than have my son play football.
Yeah, you always think about that stuff. Like I had got my first concussion this year.
Oh, wow.
In October.
Of your career? Oh, wow.
Of my whole entire career in October. It happened on a freak play. Our defensive end wasn't in the game.
Oh, wow.
On the very first play of the game. So, and we were in the zone coverage. So I had to feel outside. And I had got hit with pressure coming from inside, and I got hit from outside from the receiver blocking me in the back. So I got knocked out, and that was my first concussion. So that was the first time of really realizing, like, dang, this stuff, concussions are really serious. Because I was a little droggy for a couple weeks, and I wasn't 100% throughout for the rest of the season. It was like 4 more games left, but I really wasn't 100%. So so now I know, like, how real concussions and stuff like that is. So I love the game of football. But right. I'd rather him not play. He doesn't have to play. I'm not going to force him to play. If he wants to play, yeah, go ahead. But I'm not going to force him.
Put it on him to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his dad did it, it's not like he has to do it, that type of thing. Yeah, exactly. Man, with the buzzer beater. Yep.
Yeah. Exactly. He doesn't have to do it.
All right, we got 49-26 entering the fourth quarter. Oh, geez, man, I don't know, man. This is something else. You guys are the one with the Lakers, man. So you're probably right. They probably had LeBron and all them on that squad, man. Oh, good. We got to finish strong, though. Oh, good. Oh, man. Got the defense on point, man. Lockdown. There we go. The doctor, Dr. J. You know what's so crazy, though, Trey, is we actually met Dr. J in October, and we got to interview him, and he was, like, super cool. But it was just so wild because it's like, that, like I said, like, that's something, like, he was, like, in the era before I even was born. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right, like, him playing the game, it was, like, wild. Like,
wait, you was playing the game with him?
No, we actually didn't do 2K. Yeah. No, he probably would have smacked me too. So he didn't go that route. But he would have been like, "Yo, what's this guy doing?" No, he was at an autograph signing. We were like blessed to have the opportunity to like interview him and like chop it up with him for a couple minutes. And he was like, it was really cool, man, because he was also in town because he coaches the Big Three. So he literally he did that autograph show at that same weekend, and it was like super, super crazy, man. But yeah, it's like, man. Yeah.
It is crazy.
That's like ABA, that's NBA, he was a part of
the
OG stuff, yeah.
Yeah. That's the originals. Like, that is crazy. You got to get one with Jordan.
Man, that'd be a blessing, man. That'd be something else. Well, how about on your end, though? I'm sure you have had some cool encounters with, through your experiences. Was there ever anybody you met? You're like, man, this is like childhood for me. Like whether football, basketball, whatever the case may be.
Well, I met Randy Moss. I met him in Minnesota. Okay. Adrian Peterson, free. So Adrian Peterson, my first experience with Adrian Peterson, my rookie year. We were at OTA, so OTAs, like the non-mandatory part, he wasn't there. All right, so mandatory OTAs come. Just a normal day. You ain't thinking anything of it. You go out to practice, and all you see is a running back coming through, runs over the middle linebacker. Boom. No pads on. There are no pads on.
Really?
The middle linebacker and just running. And you see AP. Like, where the heck did he come from? Man, it was the craziest thing I ever seen in my life. Ran him over and kept on running like the guy wasn't even there. I was like, what? What? He has not even been here. What is this guy?
That is so crazy. My gosh.
What is this guy?
And then it's like, what do you do? Like, what did the guy when he ran him over? He just like
Nothing.
AP. Like, what do
You can't say anything to him. What are you gonna say? Of course, guys on the sideline was like, "Dang, AP, you gonna do him like that?" He was like, what happened?" He didn't even know what happened. He was just running. He didn't even know what happened. Looking like a horse.
Because you were there. Was that his last year in Minnesota, or what? When
Yeah, that was his last year.
Okay. Man, because he did something like man. I remember growing up watching Bears games versus the Vikings, and I was like, man, he was always something. He was very similar to like, I would say how kind of like the Bears versus Packers with like an Aaron Rodgers and like those type of feels. It was like when the Bears played the Vikings. To me, it was always like, oh man, AP. You know, it's like,
man,
he was just something. He was like,
he runs angry.
Yeah. Well, he was a cool dude. He was like genuine. He like
shared some cool
wisdom.
Real cool, genuine guy. He looked out for everyone, like undrafted free agents. Like he looked out for you. He'll let you use his car for the weekend, or
what car do you
give you a couple of dollars or something. Yeah, he'll give you a couple of dollars or something. Like they'll do different things. I seen him shaving his head. He was shaving his own head in the back in the restroom, just shaving his head. I was like, oh. You know, he's just a regular guy, regular cool guy, man. Just a regular cool guy.
That's awesome. Oh man, I can't get an and one to save my life, Trey. I don't know. This is wild.
He's one of those guys in the NFL where he's just like a freak. You know, there's not a lot of guys that are just like, you know, just like freaks looking guys or just like freaks. Like he's one of those guys that's just a freak.
But it's nice to hear that he is like, you know, he looked out, and that's really cool. Because that's how leaders of a team should be, right? They should be able to look out. Or guys who have been with the team for so long, or you know, made a name for themselves in the league. I mean, he's one of the greatest running backs. You know, he'll be Hall of Fame when it's all said and done. So I mean, it's just cool that's awesome. Yeah. But Randy must have been really cool too, because I mean, he's considered by many to be, you know, the greatest receiver. You know what I mean? And that's got to be, you know.
Yeah, he's cool. But the counter I had with him was just, you know, just shaking his hand and taking a picture with him. I didn't get to like be in the locker room with him, and
right.
I had AP. I was there with him for a whole year, so I was able to really get to talk to him and stuff like that.
Right. There we go.
But I had some good mentors in Minnesota. Terrence Newman was a good one. He taught me a lot, because that's when I switched to playing cornerback was in Minnesota. So like that was a great place to really learn under Zimmer and Coach Gray. Those are two great coaches to learn from if you're just now learning a position. So
right.
I mean, I was blessed to even be able to go there and learn from those guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I know Newman. He's been around the game. I mean, he's seen pretty much everything, right? He's been around for a long time.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's really neat though to have that, because like you said, even just switching positions and knowing that, hey, now I'm going to play with some guys who have like experienced and seen it all on different levels. They've, you know, seen different coverages, played against different receivers, like all that is like, you know, little secrets and tips to the trade. And it's like, you took with that and ran. I'm just it's super impressive to me, man, just how quick you grasped it though. Like, and like I said, I never played like organized football, but I just thought like that switch, it seems like, man, it would, you know, take some people years or something, but you like you came like strong on it. You had like, what did you have, like 7 interceptions last year in the CFL or whatever, like that's,
man, should have been 15 16 of them. I dropped so many of them.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm just blessed, you know. I'm just blessed. I just have natural athletic ability. Like I'm truly just blessed. So literally, it wasn't hard. Like for me, it was not hard switching. I just had to get the technique down, get the back pedal down, and really get into it, because I haven't done it. But once I learned the back pedal and it made it, and I was comfortable doing it, like nothing. It wasn't hard. It wasn't hard at all. I'm like I said, I'm just a natural athlete. I'm gifted. I was born to be an athlete, and it's not a hard, like I can play basketball just as good, you know, like I can do. So I'm just blessed.
All right. I didn't want to cut you off there, because I was going to say you did use your God-given ability. I'm just glad I got the last bucket of this game right here. That's what I'm going to take away from this right now, because you killed me with the D-Rose jumpers, the Jordan 3s. Oh, we're gonna check this box score. What Jordan had? You had put 22 on me. You put 19 with my guy D Rose. Man. You had how much boards Artist? He only had 5 rebounds. I felt like he had like
Man, I feel
25.
like he had way more than that.
Oh man, yeah, you got me there. Let's see what my guys had. What we have. Oh man, so I was just across the board. Dr. J was 7, Moses was 7, AI was 6, Wilt was
You
6.
all even.
It was all evened out. I didn't have a guy that like put me over the top. Man, Trey. Well, man. What was the final here, anyways? What do we have? 67-44. All right, Trey. You dubbed me. 20 piece plus me, man. And but I'm okay with it because if it's from anybody, I'm glad it was from you. But man, this is
Don't look into it. I play this game a lot.
I'm gonna have to keep working on my game though, and we'll I promise you I'm a better hooper in real life though. So you and I will have to we'll have to get something going in real life.
All right, I'm with it.
Off the non-virtual world, man. But Trey, I really appreciate you taking the time, man, hanging out with us, chopping it up, discussing your career, your journey, your God-given ability, man. And we're rooting for you. We're super excited for what's to come, your way as soon as, all this goes back to normal and we see you on the field, man. So don't hesitate to reach out if there's ever anything we could do for you on our end. And we're just, appreciate you really taking the time. I'm glad we were able to do something fun like this, a little bit different.
All right, appreciate you having me on.